Okay, you're about to see a weird glitch that happens in Killing Floor 2 in which two bosses can show up at the same time in one match. That's Krampus, that's the introducing cutscene. It has a big head because I was doing the weekly event in which they give the enemies a lot of resistance, but they also give them big heads. And I'm sorry if I muted the audio, but it was picking up a lot of party chat, so I had to mute it in. So anyway, that's not important. In here I'm just waiting for my teammates to knock the armor off so I can shoot him with the saw blade. But then the cutscene happens again. And keep in mind that if you look at the edge of the screen, the game is still going on. Like, see, I just took damage. And the other berserker that was in the room with me, he's the one that took a lot of punishment during the cutscene, so he dies. There you go, he goes flying. And we're all confused because if you see at the health bar at the top of the screen, his health basically regenerated except for the armor. So we're like, okay, that's a weird glitch, but we'll keep going. And I'm taking care of the trash here. Suddenly I get vomit all over me, and I'm like, okay, maybe Krampus sneak up on me. So I run away, and I see him right there on the left. You're gonna see him like in a few moments, right by the shop. There it is. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna shoot him right now. So I run away. And if you can see, there's another Krampus. I didn't notice it at the time. This is where I saw him, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's the same Krampus that was following me. He's just really fast. And at this point, me and my teammates, two of them are dead, but we're gonna basically do laps around the map, looking for ammo and trying to get rid of the trash. But at this point in the game, we were not aware that there were two Krampus running around, because we never actually caught a glimpse of them together until much later into the game. So while I was running from this Krampus, I was telling one of the dead players to use the free roam camera to look around and see where the other Krampus was. Because if you can see the icon of the survivalist right there, he's really far away from me and the other player. So I thought like maybe the other Krampus is with the survivalist and he's fighting the other one, right? But he was never actually able to help me since he doesn't know how to use the camera properly. But this right here, when we were doing our third lap around the map, this is when we saw the two of them together, because one is basically behind the other one. And I'm shooting the saw blade, and the boss's health keeps changing. And I'm like, okay, that's because of the piercing attribute that the saw blade has. So I take a peek, and I see both of them, and I just say, fuck this, and I run away. Because this is the first time that I used the berserker with the Krampus, and I thought I was not doing very good damage, even though I had the parry bonus, the extra damage that you get for parrying. But as soon as I hit him in the head, and I didn't have the bonus on at the moment, I was like, okay, I'm doing okay damage. I think I can do this. As long as I parry good and I keep consistent and I don't get overwhelmed by the sets, it's all gonna be okay. So the survivalist is off getting some ammunition. And as for me, I was just planning to do the standard strategy to parry whenever possible to get the extra damage and shoot him in the head, recollect ammo, and keep going. Basically an endurance fight. A very, very long one. But it gets weird, because you know how is it that Krampus can eat other sets? And I never actually saw him do it, but I know it's a mechanic, and he eats other sets to regain health or armor. I'm not sure, it's one of the two, but I think it's health. And since I got him to a little bit over half of his health, what I'm thinking is that maybe he tried to regain some of his health by eating other sets, but since we killed almost all of them, he ran into the other Krampus and he tried to eat him, and that's how he died. Basically, by killing one of them, they both died, because that's it. That's the moment when they both died, and none of us touched them. So I'm like thinking everyone is just laughing, like what the hell happened, and we're really not sure what is it that happened. I heard that there's another glitch where if a Krampus steps on another set, he dies instantly, but I've never seen it. And as you can see, it doesn't display who killed him. Usually at the end of the match, it displays who gave the last hit, but it doesn't display anything. So I'm thinking that that's what happened. That one Krampus tried to devour the other one and dropped his health to 0, and the game decided like, oh, victory, and they just killed the other one. And it's obviously a glitch because you can still see sets running around after the match ends, and that's impossible. Usually when you kill the boss, every other set on the screen just dies instantly and they stop spawning. But in here they just never stop. But it does seem interesting. I mean, if they introduce that as a mechanic, like not have the same boss repeat itself and have two of them running around, but if you can mix them up, like maybe have yeah, the German doctor and the guy with the Gatling gun, that would have been, that seems like fun. I mean, it's sure it will be very hard, but I mean, that's what where the fun is, right?